Alright, how we doing today? We're back. Been a while, unfortunately. Had some really bad weather around here lately. Had two really big trees fall, front yard and backyard. So, since the last video, I've unfortunately been spending a lot of time cutting down trees and cutting them up, burning firewood, things like that. But I'm back, and today I'm going to be reviewing an eBay seller, US-Karuk, and this is 2 pounds of Vancouver Paydirt. So we'll see how it goes. I'm kind of in a dilemma right now. I'm considering stopping reviewing eBay sellers. I had 3 bags that I had planned on reviewing and getting ready, but 2 of them have already been banned on eBay, and I notice it's a kind of a trend with most eBay Paydirt sellers is that they, don't really last too long before they get banned by eBay, and kind of waste of money to review somebody that nobody can buy from. So, I don't know how I'm going to do it. And I'm also going to start editing my videos a little to get them down to about the 15-minute mark. So, first 5 minutes will be listening to an old man ramble on, and then second 5 minutes will be me panning, and third 5 minutes will be the last of it and the finds and the gold. So let's get started. This dirt has a little bit of some chunkiness in it, so I'm going to strain it. Might as well get all these rocks out. There's no reason in panning them. They're not too big, so it wouldn't be a problem panning them. But, why not? I ain't got nothing but time today, so actually I don't. But let's just start getting this. We can't get some of these rocks out of here and start. Maybe. I don't think so. I only paid something like $10 for this, so I'm not expecting any pictures. I'm really not. But you never know. I've been surprised before. I was surprised when a tree fell in my front yard, then one fell in my backyard 2 minutes later. So, nice, pretty rocks. Look, there's going to be no money in these rocks, I'm betting, so I will pan them though, so, I don't throw nothing away without looking. No, I go through everything, so. But again, this is the eBay seller, US-Karuk. It's 2 pounds of Vancouver Paydirt. Thought I saw something, a little bit of sparkle there. Always get you going. And like I said, I'm debating dropping the eBay reviews, but it's kind of what got me started, because I hated buying dirt from eBay sellers only to find out that it was, playground sand or some guy's backyard dirt, just trying to make an extra 20 bucks off of people because they see their TV shows are popular, so, I really hate, I sell a lot on eBay. Well, I used to have a store for several years. I've since closed it. But I hate rip-off cons on eBay. So it's kind of what got me started doing this, was getting rid of all those people. So, but, we'll see how it goes. I might just still do it, but cut it down to the ones that have been doing it for a long time and obvious not going anywhere. So we'll see. There's only so many online sellers I can review, and I unfortunately can't afford those Eureka Joe's $2,000 buckets. I don't think there's too many people that can afford those. I'll get that one bit up in a second. So, here we go. normally don't waste it, but put a little bit of something in there. And the Paydirt. So, now the other one might be Paydirt too. It might have some gold in it, but I'm doubting it. So, alright, well, I'll be right back in a minute, and we'll start panning. Alright, we're back. Getting ready to pan. Put some of these rocks in here. Let's see if we got anything real quick. I will pan these again later. Y'all know I save all my Paydirt. Now I go through it on my Militail, and I have my kids pan it later. You know, they want to pan stuff. Usually what I'll do is when I have my kids pan it, I'll throw in big nugget, you know, or two, so they can feel like they're finding something, since I'm not supposed to be leaving any gold in this Paydirt, and I usually, you know, I'm pretty spot on. I've never found anything of any significance in, you know, any of my pans, so. In a second, I'm gonna have to put on my reading glasses. What is this? When you get old, you start reading it with a eyesight, so, you know. Pretty easy gravel, you know. Nothing in there. Again, I'm not expecting anything. This was a $12 bag plus shipping, so, you know. And I'm pretty sure I've bought from this seller in the past, and had an oak edition before I was doing reviews, and I don't think I was, you know, disappointed, or, you know, it was kind of one of those mixed, typical eBay sellers, or I usually find about the 40% range for return on investment, which, you know, I try to stick with people that are going to get me in the 50 to 60 range, but, you know, you can't always do, you know, they can promise you the world, what you get isn't always the same, you know. Clean this out and start hitting this. So, I will save that, though. I will save those rocks. And I always, the rocks I'll pan through again, then I use them in my garden or drainage or somewhere. I keep 5-gallon buckets, and there's always something I need rocks for around the house. Just put in a French drain in my house, so, you know, could have used a lot of rocks, but fortunately just moved. So, all right, now let's get on to some of this dirt. I stole one of my wife's kitchen spoons, so she's not gonna be happy. But let's start seeing what we got here. It's some dirty dirt, that's for sure. You know, at one point, I'll probably have to clean my water. See how it's going. You know, and 2 pounds. That's a lot of pay dirt for 12 bucks. So typically, something like that, you'd expect to get, you know, the 8 ounces or something like that. So, it's priority mail shipping, so I'm pretty sure I paid $6 for shipping, you know, so it makes it 18 bucks, where, you know, you're really better off just finding the little 4-ounce or 8-ounce bag where they can ship it to you first class and save that money on shipping, you know, because they're not putting gold in there to pay for your shipping. You're paying for shipping. Not seeing a whole lot yet. Not seeing anything, in fact. So, but, you know, first one. Yeah, I'm wrong. Actually seen a lot for the first spoonful. See if I can get a gander of that. You got a lot of little flakes up here for $10 pan. I might see this always makes me say, okay, well maybe some of these eBay sellers are right on the money. Put a little bit more in there, just get rid of some of the Generally the way I do it is I always, I'll put 2 spoonfuls in, pan it down to 1, add another spoonful, and just really try to get rid of the big heavy stuff. And then as I go in, I'll start, so I don't like trying to spoon out the gold or, but everyone's different. Everyone does their gold different, so I get emails all the time, you don't pan like I pan, how do I pan? And it's really up to the individual. You'll learn. Just don't throw the dirt away. Try it your way, and then if it works and you check it a second time, there's no gold, your way worked. There's a lot of gold, your way didn't work, and try something new, That's the great thing about buying pay dirt. You're not losing anything. You're not on some stream somewhere running through a sluice box where if it passes your sluice box up, you lost it. It's staying in this bucket. It ain't going anywhere until I throw it away. And it takes a lot to get me to throw it away. Well, let's see. And there's definitely gold in this, which is always good. Sometimes I've had some pay dirt before where it was the last scoop before I found some gold, and it's just, very frightening. You're just getting sucked into that well of despair and saying, oh Lord, did I just lose lose my money? And, this isn't a cheap hobby. It's a fun hobby. Especially when you get some of these pay dirts cost a lot of money. Speaking about changing, one of the reviews I was going to do was a $100 bag of pay dirt from eBay. Seller got banned. I mean, they sold, I think 30 or 40. I'm guessing there's either going to be no gold in it or they weren't paying their eBay fees or something happened. They didn't have a lot of, their feedback was pretty mixed on the pay dirt. It was either bad or good, so you never know which one you're going to get. And the reason I started doing this was because a lot of the good ones just have no information. It just says good, got package arrived. That doesn't tell me package arrived. It could be package arrived with nothing in it. So that's why I really wanted to do this, so people could see, hey, go to his website and we'll see exactly what he got out of it. If I'm getting 10% Roy, then the odds are you're going to get 10% Roy. You might get more, but eventually I planned on doing it 2-3 times, as I got doing this longer and longer. So if I got viewed to twice and both times you had 10% Roy, odds are the third time's going to be 10% too. So, All right, well, I think I'm going to just pan this down and come back in a few minutes and show y'all. Well, actually, we'll do one more scoop. See, and I'll just pan it down a whole bunch and we'll ticky-tack it around and see what we got in the pan, and then I'll cut y'all off and come back with the final cleanup and the black sands. So let's see how that's going. So, but I'm going to start, this will be a review, will be come out on the 1st. I'm probably shooting it a day or two early. I'm not even sure what date today is. So I'm a few days early on this. But I need to start doing that, so otherwise on the 1st if something comes up, I want to have a video on the 1st every month, at least for the next year. And I might throw in a couple on the 15th. I might start doing some reviews for some equipment and some other things that I use, you know, because that's a lot of money. You know, the Paydirt, you know, you could find $10 bags of Paydirt and buy one a month and be happy. But when you gotta start buying pans and you start buying Miller tables and stuff like that, you know, that's where the money goes. You know, because you're never going to get that money back. You know, this, I know I'm going to get, you know, 30-40% of my money back. But if I buy a Miller table, that's not going to, you know, that one flake of gold it might get me out of this, out of a, you know, 10 bags I review. It'd take me 150,000 years to get my, you know, 250 bucks back or whatever I spent on it. Yeah. Let's see if we can get this one down so I can show y'all some color. And then we'll, looks about the same amount as I showed you last time. You know, that might have been the scoop bonanza. But, you know, there is gold. And that's always what I'm looking for, is the gold. You know, little is better than none. So there's gold, and I'll come back with the final black sands and clean that up for y'all, and we'll see what we got. All right, see you back in a few. All right, we're back. And I have it down to just the black sands. First thing I should have, you know, I did screen this. Screened it with, you know, bigger mesh. But I really should have screened it with the 100 mesh too. There was a lot of little bitty rocks that, you know, I could have done without them. But it didn't make the panning really that much more difficult. But, you know, would have made it a speedier job. But, you know, you really don't always want to be speedy. Sometimes it's just fun to do it nice and slow and good. Repanned everything. I found one little bitty flake I missed. Not really a flake, you know. One fine that I had managed to miss. That's why I always tell everyone repan, repan, and repan. So usually I'll repan everything a second time, no matter what. But if I find something like that, I will repan it a third time just to make sure. And I did. I repanned everything a third time except for the big rocks. I haven't gone through those. If I find anything, I will repan those in a minute. And if I find anything, I'll tell you on the website. But again, this is US-Karuk from eBay, and I have more details about it. I'll put his description. I'm changing up my website a lot. I've been doing a lot of work on it behind the scenes, so I'll be changing the format a whole bunch on how the reviews are laid out, but you'll see when you go there. Not a lot of black sands for this big old bag, 2-pound Vancouver, so you know, but you get what you expect, you know. There was gold, and that's always a plus. So I'm just going to clean this up and let y'all watch, but, you know, you can see there's gold in there here, mountains. So, see maybe if this is any magnetized. A little bit. A little bit. I don't want to put it in my big old pan. Yeah, little pan. I'll put it in there just in case it picks up a little bit of gold. It's easy to see in a little bitty pan first. Oh, no gold. So let's get back to it. There's still some blinds in here. I didn't, you know, I was trying to be a little speedier than usual. And wanted y'all to see something. I was seeing that there wasn't very many black sands. I didn't want to just put this part on with a pile of gold and say, yeah, this is what I found. So, you know. So these are all blinds. Get rid of that. It was fairly easy pay dirt to pan. This is definitely beginner pay dirt, probably. You know, there isn't a lot of black sands to trip you up, so you know. Junky little magnet. I'm not a fan of this thing. I always keep telling myself I'm gonna get rid of it, but then I never do. Yeah. So always double check everything. You know, I'll repan that again after I'm done with the video, then when I'm doing the rocks too, you know. Just to make sure, you know, because especially in the little cheap bags like this, the little $15 to $20 bags, the $10 bags, every little speck can change a Roy so much. You know, and I don't want to hurt anybody. I'm not trying to make anyone look like a bad seller or anything like that. Just trying to get people to know who to buy from and who not to buy from, who's fun, who's not fun. So, a lot of bronze. Alright, now I have another pan I like to use for my final cleanups. This one, it's one of those really cheap Chinese pans, but boy, do they hold on to gold great. You know, they're horrible if you put any weight in them. They just bend and they flex, and it's really horrible. But for that fine, this fine stuff like here, when you're doing the little rock and roll, they hold the gold so great. But I got it filled with rocks now, and you know, y'all don't want to watch me just swapping out pans, so. So, looks like I'm getting there. It's a nice little pile of gold showing up, you know. Pretty happy with that, you know, for what I paid. And again, I have another video up on the 15th. It will be gold. And then on the 1st, another one. Went out and got a couple while the trees were down. I told the wife, do not manual labor. I had to get me something out of it, so she was sweet enough. We got some pay dirt. I got a little bit stockpiled right now. So I can do a couple reviews, and then I'm also gonna, like I said, I'm gonna do a couple. I have my Miller table. I have a review up for it on my website, but it's hard to describe all its, you know, what I like and don't like about it. But so I figure it'll be much easier if I just do a video of it and show y'all, you know, so everyone can see before they go out and spend money on one. You know, this looks about it. I'm gonna clean this a little bit up a little bit more, and y'all can. So there we go. You know, it's have to weigh it up to see, you know, how great it was, how bad it was, and you know. But that is it. Again, US-Karuk. Go to the website. You know, goldpaydirtreviews.com, and I'll tell you the final Roy. I'll tell you more about the seller, links to his eBay account and stuff like that. And we'll see you again on the 15th. Thanks, guys.